This is one of Lewis Hamilton's last chances to win a race in 2022. Toto Wolff is making some plans to make that happen. The season has been packed with ups and downs for Mercedes as a team and ultimately for Hamilton as a champion. But could he redeem himself in the next race? Stick around to the end to find out what Toto has in store for the future of Mercedes. Lewis Hamilton has guaranteed his future with Mercedes by committing to the team for the rest of his career. The 37-year-old who joined Toto Wolff's team in 2013 has won 6 of his 7 world titles with them. During an official Formula One website interview, Hamilton praised Mercedes and discussed what a record 8th world title would mean to him. He said, "We've been going around up and down with stories of retirement and stopping for years. I'm feeling fitter than I've ever felt and healthier than I've ever been. I like what I do, and I have no plans to stop anytime soon. My ultimate goal was to be with Mercedes. I appreciate how long we've been working together. I feel like we're beginning on many wonderful things, not just in sports but in general. I believe there is a lot of work to be done and I want to be a part of it. I believe I'll remain with Mercedes till the day I die. I believe I can race much longer, therefore I'll be aiming for that." There's a potential to elevate many individuals, not only on your team, but with the work we're doing. With Mission 44, there's a much wider picture to it. Along with Hamilton's confidence in changing the tides, Mercedes CEO Toto Wolff has taken it upon himself to ensure that the Singapore victory is signed, sealed and delivered to rewrite the tale for Mercedes' season as a whole. Along with Hamilton's determination, Toto Wolff is optimistic that a victory is achievable. Mercedes CEO Toto Wolff has given Lewis Hamilton optimism for next weekend's Singapore Grand Prix, stating that the Marina Bay Street track should suit the Silver Arrows. Last year, Hamilton came within a whisker of earning a record 8th F1 world title, but he has slowed this year and is presently 6th in the Drivers' Championship standings. He hopes to continue his 15-year streak of winning at least one season's race. The circuit layout should favor our car, but the bumps should not, Wolff explained. The models indicate that it should be one of our stronger tracks, but I'm trying to be conservative with any forecast for Singapore. Mercedes has won the past 8 Constructors' Championships, but they are 176 points behind current leaders Red Bull, with only 6 races remaining this season. The Silver Arrow's difficulties were obvious at the start of the season when teams were obliged to modify their vehicles due to a slew of F1 rule revisions. Red Bull and Ferrari have fared far better than Mercedes, with Wolff's team having serious porpoising issues in several races. Hamilton in particular has found it tough to maneuver his new vehicle in the same manner he has in the past. In contrast, teammate George Russell has fared marginally better and has accumulated 35 points more than the 7-time winner this year. However, Wolff continues to think that the Mercedes vehicle is inadequate for his blockbuster stars and confesses that he is annoyed by it. The difficult aspect is we don't have a product underneath them that is capable of fighting for victories. We are fairly far behind, and that is the reality. Wolff said after Russell finished 3rd and Hamilton 5th in the Italian Grand Prix earlier this month. Hamilton has made his feelings about his Mercedes vehicle quite well known this season, and towards the end of May he pleaded with his crew to solve the flaws before redesigning their car again when the season ended. "I believe we need to figure out what's wrong with this automobile before we can create another one," he added. "If we just begin constructing another automobile, we might easily make a mistake. So I think it's about grasping this one, which we still haven't, and then giving us a guideline of where to go. There are many things I wouldn't want to carry over from this car to next year's model, so I've already put those in." Toto Wolff of the Mercedes F1 team and global CEO of Mark met to discuss the way forward in being unmatched for the remainder of the season, and subsequent talks revealed that the Mercedes team isn't playing. They're prepared to win and are going for it. Global dominance is rare. The number of real empires throughout history may still be counted on one's fingers. They are still the topic of scholarly research centuries later. Though their fame in the realm of sports is far shorter-lived, the impact they leave on their fan bases keep the torch of passionate devotion blazing for years. Regardless of sporting discipline, person, or franchise, Mercedes-AMG Petronas has resoundingly overthrown any other claim to that title in recent years. Mercedes' legendary Benz's Silver Arrows race vehicles pierced through the opposition as early as 1934, continued throughout the 1950s. After a break from competition since 1955, Mercedes-AMG Petronas returned to the major racing series as a constructor in 2010, becoming Mercedes-AMG Petronas 2 years later. It has won every World Constructors' Championship since 2014, including last season. Sure, Ferrari has twice as many, but it took 70 years to earn them. Concurrent with the team's run, Sir Lewis Hamilton had won the World Drivers' Championship every year until last year, when the final deciding race in Abu Dhabi was marred by controversy, leaving him tied for the title with Michael Schumacher for the time being. This season, however, the path has been unusually rocky for the three-pointed star, as new restrictions and requirements have resulted in silver arrows that have not been on target. "We exist to fight for victories," Wolff said as Mercedes edged closer to their first win of the season. The fight for Singapore wins. Mercedes team manager Wolff has voiced renewed confidence the Silver Arrows will win a race before the end of the 2022 season, after coming close to victory last time in the Netherlands. Lewis Hamilton and George Russell were also in contention on race day. The W13 displayed great performance at the narrow and twisty Zandvoort circuit, keeping Max Verstappen and Red Bull honest on an alternative tyre strategy. However, after jumping Verstappen during a late safety car period, when most of the field pitted for new tyres, Hamilton lost out on the restart and fell to P4, trailing the Dutchman, teammate Russell, and Ferrari's Charles Leclerc. Despite losing out on a possible first win of the season, Wolff and Mercedes were encouraged by their performance at the Dutch Grand Prix and are hopeful that one of the next 7 races could bring the ultimate prize. "We didn't have the quickest vehicle throughout the Dutch GP weekend, but the team did a tremendous job putting us in the mix to win the race, and we need to guarantee we're in that position on a more consistent basis," Wolff stated ahead of the Italian Grand Prix at Monza. "We took some chances in Zandvoort and not all of them paid off. We exist to battle for triumphs. We will never be afraid to make risky decisions. We gained valuable points in our pursuit of P2 in the championship, and it was exciting to be back in the battle. We're getting closer to our first win of the season thanks to everyone's efforts." Given the high-speed demands of the Autodromo Nazionale Monza, Wolff doubts Mercedes will be as competitive in this weekend's Italian Grand Prix. Still, he sees no reason his drivers can't add to their podium totals. While Zandvoort suited our chassis, Monza is expected to be a more difficult weekend due to circuit characteristics, he said. "But owing to our learnings since then, we're hopeful we'll be in better form than at previous low downforce circuits like Spa, and we'll be pushing hard to battle for the podium once again." Meanwhile, Hamilton's chances of winning this weekend are slim, as Mercedes supplied him with a new power unit, relegating him to a back-of-the-grid start. However, Toto Wolff and the Mercedes team's essential adjustments, combined with Hamilton's optimism, means that victory is feasible. Former McLaren mechanic Mark Priestley believes Mercedes have 9 out of 10 of the ingredients to succeed this season and will get back to fighting for race victories once they find that last missing piece. He believes Mercedes are not far away from finding the final ingredient. Could it be in Singapore? Singapore has the potential to be a race to remember, and the F1 world as a whole cannot wait to see it. Would Hamilton be claiming the podium once again? Time will tell. Do you believe Mercedes and Hamilton can win in Singapore? Comment below.